Have you ever wondered that why are you not able to clear that online submission, and why is it that you never get a call back when you submit an online application for the interview of your dream job? Probably because you are doing these mistakes. Hello everyone, my name is Twinkle and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In my last video, I had shown you guys how to make a resume, especially for a cabin crew, right from scratch. I included the formats to use, the softwares you can use, content to write, headings to write, what to include and what to avoid before you print out that winning resume for your dream job. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how to make your current resume in ATS Proof 1 so that you can clear the initial filtration round of a video interview. But before I start, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then hit the subscribe button, like the video and share it with as many people as you can, because it motivates me to make more videos. On that note, let's directly jump into the video. Now, before we start to learn how to create an ATS proof resume, we need to first understand what is an ATS system, and then we'll be more clear about how to beat that system. So an ATS system is an applicant tracking system. In short, an ATS is a software which is used by employers and different companies to scan and then rank the job applications which they will receive for the positions that they have vacancies for. The companies nowadays are relying on these ATS systems to scan and rank the applications received these days and even before, because it is very easy, it is cost efficient and also very less time consuming. Also, because it is a machine, the chances of discriminations are next to impossible. But there are a few drawbacks and also a few things which can cost you a job even if you are a very potential candidate. So why do we need an ATS proof resume and why is it so important? I just told you that ATS is a software, which also means that it is a robot or it is a machine which will electronically scan and then rank your application based on the job description, which is pre-recorded in this system according to the requirements of the employers for the job vacancy, and then rank your application basically based on the specific keywords that matches the vacancy. Unfortunately, which also means that if your resume is not written or formatted keeping the ATS in mind, they might just pass over your application even if you're the most potential candidate for that position. And now you must be thinking, why do we as cabin crew aspirants need to know this? You do, because taking the current condition, current situation into consideration, it is very highly likely that the video interviews will include a resume submission online and the initial filtration will be done this way. Meaning, if your resume is not ATS compliant, you might just not even make it to the second round where the recruiter will manually go through your resume. Therefore, it is imperative that you know when do you need to make an ATS proof resume. So in future, if you have any vacancies wherein you need to submit your application online and it requires you to submit your resume online, then you should submit an ATS proof resume only. And here are the few steps that you need to take into consideration whenever you are going to prepare your next ATS proof resume, or also to convert your current resume into an ATS proof one. The first step is to select the right file type of the document. Now, if we go according to the popular belief, I have seen that most of the candidates preparing their resumes in a PDF file format, which is a great format because it is comparatively safer, limits the options of formatting further, and it is safe to share. However, most of the ATS are not compliant with PDF formats, meaning they're not able to read PDF files or accept PDF files, in that case I will advise you to go for a Word document file, also because it is easily formattable and can be converted according to the file type needed. So in specific cases where it's written that you need to submit a PDF file and the ATS scanner accepts PDF files, go ahead and submit a PDF file. However, in all other cases, please go ahead and submit a Word document which is .dox files. The second thing is to make sure that you take care of the important information. Now, what can be the most important information in case of a resume? The contact information. Now, I have seen for candidates, people who are not so familiar with making a resume on a few softwares or even Word document, might go ahead and fill the contact information in a location which comes under the headers or footers location, and to your surprise, most of the ATS scanners omit and they do not read headers and footers section. I've also seen that there are people who will put their contact information in a position when it's printed or it's submitted, the contact information gets omitted and it's not so clear. In all such cases, the ATS gets confused. It reads your application as incomplete and it will not process it further. It will be rejected, and in that case your application will never move on to the recruiter to be viewed, to be scanned and ranked manually. Therefore, always make it a point to put your contact information on top in the center and in a location where it is usually very easy to locate in case of an ATS or in case of a recruiter manually checking your resume. Templates or design. Now, whether it is an ATS resume or a manual resume which is going to be checked by manually by a recruiter, make it a point that you have your resume very clear, crisp, short. Please avoid any outlandish fonts, graphics, text box, tables, charts. All of these things appear to be very nice with naked human eye, but in case of resumes, it is not the best thing because ATS is not able to read it. It will just omit all these charts and there is higher possibility that it will just not pick up the information that it is supposed to pick up. Moreover, complex designs and formats always confuse the recruiters as well. It is not really very pleasant to look at because, being honest, this is not the place to show your creativity. Make sure that your resume is very easy to read. Why? Because neither do you nor does the recruiter has so much of time in hand. Remember, they only have 6 seconds and the ATS probably has even lesser time to pick, scan and rank your resume. 2 simple bullet points. Now, each one of us uses bullet points to highlight our qualifications and skills and the points which we want to sell, and it indeed is a great way to do that. However, if you choose very intricate designs or very out of the way characters which are not so commonly used, chances are that the ATS will again get confused and it will not be able to process the information in which you wrote it. Meaning, it can also mix up your selling points. For example, if you see this picture here, this resume was the actual way how a candidate prepared it, and now this is the way it looks like when it actually passed through an ATS. Can you see the difference? There is a lot of jumbling up, mixing up of information, and if a person actually manually a recruiter is reading it, it doesn't really make sense. So which is why we should always stick to basic things, basic characters, bullet points like these, open circles, squares, and keep it very uniform, like maintain the uniformity to enhance your resume rather than making it incompatible for the ATS to read it. Avoid images, charts and cool graphics. Yes, so now I have myself also seen that a lot of candidates, just to make it look very pleasant, use a lot of graphics, charts, tables on their resume to make it stand out basically. But it doesn't work the same way in case of ATS. The ATS might just totally omit all these charts and tables when it is processing the information into the system. For example, if you've used very cool graphics to show your name or brand name or logo, it will confuse the ATS, and somewhere your name and that information might just get lost in the whole ATS. So I will advise you to stick to basic fonts and font sizes like Arial or Times New Roman. If you check in the Word document, you will find it there. Stick to basics, please. Choose a hybrid style of resume format. Now, what is a hybrid resume? Well, if you've seen my previous video, I have explained in detail about this hybrid resume format, because I have made that resume in the same format. So if you haven't checked out that video, please go ahead, check that video. I have left the link in the description box. So hybrid resume in short is nothing but a chronological order, a reverse chronological order of putting down your information. So basically you will write the events which have happened in your life, which are the most recent events in your life. For example, if you have a work experience now, so you will put work experience first and then your education. If you're out of school or college, you will put your education first and then all your skills and achievements in that way. Why? Because ATS mostly perform a better job at reading data which is written in a chronological order. Therefore, you should make it a point that your resume is made in this format only, wherein you put your contact information on top and you put your experience and then the education and skills and everything, and make sure that it is clear that you put headings and that only put the relevant data in under that heading, which means you put skills under skills, you put experience under experience, education under education. You do not mix the information under different headings. Now, the most important point is to optimizing your resume with keywords. Now, as I already told you earlier in the video, that ATS is a software which is programmed to read and scan, taking into consideration a few key pieces of information to find a perfect match. It actually works just like Google search. Now, when you go to Google search and you want a piece of information, you will write a few keywords and then it will flash a few articles or blogs written by people, and then it will just highlight and it comes up to your search because of those few keywords that you were looking for. Similarly, it works the same in case of these resume. The specific keywords that is being fed into the ATS system, and if it matches your application, it will pick and select it for further filtration manually. What you can do is compare a few job descriptions like these. You can carefully try to pull out keywords that are most relevant to each position. Now, depending upon the industries, there will be certain certificates, degrees or skills that are required. In some cases, it is looking for the exact matches also. For example, look at this. If in the job description it says licensed social worker, but you've put an acronym which is LSW, high possibilities are that the ATS is not going to pick this information there, because they're actually looking for licensed social worker. So what I'll advise you here is to use both rather than just using once, to increase your chances of getting shortlisted. So whenever you're in doubt, just stick to the phrases which are there in the job description. Also, I will advise you not to just stuff your resume with unnecessary keywords when it does not relate to you, because remember, after this ATS round, you still have a manual round in most of the cases, specifically in airlines. So you need to justify your resume. So use it as long as it is relevant and you are able to justify it in your whole resume. And last but not the least is that you can scan your resume to check its ATS compliance. You can do it free online. There are a lot of softwares, there are a lot of applications and programs that you can use to check your resume, and which will also point out mistakes and which will also tell you the percentage and things that you need to rectify. All you need to do is just copy paste your resume and put it in a blank document, and then just run through the scanner so that you can get the desired results. In this way, you will be able to know what you need to correct and where you are going wrong before the ATS disqualifies you and you have to go all over the same application process. That was all for this video. I hope you found this video very helpful and that you will use these steps that I've mentioned to create or convert your present resume into an ATS proof one. If you have any questions, you know the drill, put it down in the comment section below and I will be more than happy to answer it. If you haven't started following me on Instagram, I will leave my Instagram handle here and also in the description box. You can start following me on Instagram. We connect better and I do a lot of other exercises, questions and answers and a lot of information on Instagram. So do it as soon as possible. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.